Hey girl, hey. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It with me, your host, Shun Monae. Navigating life as a black girl in her 20s. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Welcome, welcome. And if you've been rocking with me despite my inconsistent uploading, thank you so much and I appreciate you for tuning back in. Today, we are diving into something real. Something that I know many of us have felt at one point or another. The discomfort and complexity of going through changes as a black girl in her 20s. Let's be real for a second. Your 20s are already wild enough, right? You're figuring out who you are, trying to make moves in your career, maybe exploring relationships, and all while dealing with the societal pressures that sometimes feels like they're crushing you. But today, I want to focus on one specific aspect of this journey: how work advancements can affect the way you interact with your friends. As a black woman, navigating the professional world is no small feat. You're putting in the hours, proving yourself day in and day out, and climbing the ladder. And as you start to advance in your career, the work becomes more complex, more demanding, and sometimes more isolating. I've noticed that as my work responsibilities have grown, my need for mental stimulation outside of work has also increased. It's almost like as you level up in your career, you need the people around you to level up too, but not in a superficial way, but in a way that makes you feel like you're growing, like you're still evolving as a person outside of work. And here's the thing: this shift can feel strange. And honestly, it can be extremely uncomfortable because suddenly the friends you know for years might not be able to meet you where you are mentally or emotionally. The conversations that used to excite you might start to feel stagnant. It's like you're outgrowing certain dynamics, and that's a tough pill to swallow. But I want to take a moment to acknowledge that this discomfort is okay. It doesn't mean that you're abandoning your friends. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you're evolving. And sometimes evolution requires change, both in your environment and in your relationships. So, what do you do when you find yourself in this space? And I'm not just talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself as well, because this is something that I've been struggling with for the past year, but it has gotten worse since I just got a promotion at work. And with this new role, it requires me to shift a lot as a person because I'll be interacting with people on a bigger scale. In my previous episodes, I mentioned that I was a school garden educator. But I've now moved on to be the education product manager at the nonprofit that I'm at. And with that, I'm interacting with all types of people. And being a young black woman, I find it, I find moments where I feel a little bit small, and I'm a little timid in rooms that I haven't been privy to be in prior. And since I know this is going to be like my life, I've accepted it and I feel good about it. I want to be challenged outside of work too, because I just don't want to be this professional. I want to be the best version of myself outside of work that I can possibly be. I don't want my work to just be my identity. I want to see what I can be outside of work. And that's just it. And that is what has inspired this episode. So back to what I was saying. What do you do when you find yourself in this space? And how do you navigate these feelings without losing the essence of who you are or the connections you've built over time? First, recognize that it is okay to seek out new connections. Find people who challenge you intellectually and emotionally, people who inspire you and push you to grow. That doesn't mean you have to cut off your old friends, but it does mean that you might need to expand your circle. I'm not really the one to talk because I am very introverted these days, but I'm going to challenge you guys and I'm going to challenge myself to do that as well. Second, be honest with yourself and your friends. If you feel like you're outgrowing certain conversations or dynamics, talk about it. You might be surprised how open and understanding people can be when you're able to communicate your needs. And lastly, and this is a tough one, embrace the discomfort. Growth is never easy and it's rarely comfortable, but it's necessary. You're in a season of change. I'm in a season of change. And that's a beautiful thing. So, to all of my Black girls in their 20s out there feeling this shift, know that you are not alone. We are all navigating this together. And it's okay to seek out the stimulation and growth that you need, both in your work and in your professional life. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Let's Talk About It with me, your host, Shun Monae. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Until next time, keep navigating, keep growing, and most importantly, keep talking about it. Navigating your 20s is a complex journey, especially as you advance in your career. And with that being said, I hope you have a fantastic week. I love you. And you guys will hear from me soon. Bye.